Hi there again everyone, Josie here, Life at 50 and Beyond. Thanks for joining me here in my channel where you will find mostly affordable, practical, and easy DIYs. For this project, I will be using two 8x8 square wooden signs that I got at Dollar Tree, and this one are identical signs. You can use any design you like, but since I am creating an organizer for our laundry room, I am using an identical sign that has the laundry room sign. So you can use also wood glue. This one is Gorilla Wood Glue to connect all the pieces together for a more permanent hold. But for this project, I will be using hot glue because sometimes I like disassembling things, or if I make a mistakes in connecting things while I try this out for the first time, I like the fact that I can disassemble it. It's still durable, but if you want to use commercial like E6000 or industrial type glue like Gorilla Glue, you can use that as well. So just like with my previous project, I will just remove that block there that is like hanging hardware if you want to hang it on the wall. And these are again the fall signs that I really love. I have this on my stash. I purchased a lot last fall and also last winter because I know I'll be using a lot of them for my organization DIYs. And if you're new to my channel and if you haven't seen any of those DIYs, I will be linking them up in the upper right hand corner and as well as in the description box below. Since I want to keep the cost down, I am going to expand my bottom shelf without using too many of these rectangular signs. So to be able to do that, I'm just splitting open one of the side of each of the two rectangular signs that I'm going to use. So instead of me using 3 signs here, I'm thinking it'll work for me to just use 2 signs. So no tools needed. As you could see, I didn't really struggle there. I just loosened up. I just removed the connections. It's connected by glue. So I just split it open, and I'm doing that on the opposite end. As you can see, even though I'm not going to paint this, I'm using colors that are kind of coordinating or that can blend well, and I'm keeping it in a neutral tone. So even if the designs are not similar, at least they will go well together. Now, since I'm only using 2 signs here and there's a gap at the center, I will need another piece to fill in the gap. But I will take care of that and I'll show you later what I'm going to do with that gap there. But for now, I just want to see or test it for size. And this is what it would look like on the sides. Again, I will fill in the gap at the center. Before I tackle the middle part there at the bottom, I'm just going to try the combinations that I am going to use for the top part. Here I'm trying out 4 of these rectangular wooden signs from Dollar Tree, and I can tell that 4 pieces would perfectly fit. And I like it that way. However, I'm thinking perhaps what I can do here is that I can connect 2 to make a wider kind of compartment on the top. I'll keep 2 of them like so with its original size, a narrower or skinnier rectangular sign like so. And then the other 2, I am going to combine them together so that I will have a bigger or a wider shelf on the top as well. So I will have small compartments. I will have a medium compartment at the top, and then at the bottom I will have the large compartment so that I can fit different sizes of items on this organizer. So I'm just trying to arrange it in a way that, again, since I'm not going to be painting this project, I just want that the decoration or the design of this signs that would show on my preferred front would look like it doesn't really need to be painted, that it would look nice and finished. I didn't have enough of that solid brown signs because they come in assortment of designs. So I just chose the complementary colors. As you can see, there's this checkered or gingham or buffalo checks in brown. So since I have two checkered and two solid browns for the top, I'm just gonna alternate them one after the other. So this one that I've split open, what I'm gonna do is cut it so that I can remove that flap there. I will be just using a sharp pair of scissors to cut the piece. And since it's just connected with this decoration or cover, there's no glue, so it makes it easier, like so. And then I am just going to be cutting the excess paper so that it will have a smoother edge or finish. And then that piece that I remove will be used to cover the gap, like so. I'm also going to cut the same piece similar to the other one using my pair of scissors again. You can also use X-Acto knife or box cutter, but I prefer a pair of scissors. It's easier for me. Now, as you can see, I can now put them together to make a wider shelf, like so. So I'm just going to be testing and checking it out to see if it all fits. I'm probably going to use this other piece here, kind of removing the excess paper to see if I would need it to be on top of the one that I put at the center, because I'm thinking I may need the extra support there to make it a stronger bottom or shelf at the bottom. So I'm just testing it out, but I don't think I really need it, otherwise it will not be balanced. But I am trying it anyhow, but it looks like it's not gonna be aligned, so I would rather keep the bottom as is. But do whatever you want to do. You can double it up, or you can cut the pieces and then create a kind of a support at the very bottom, so you can just connect or hot glue it at the very bottom of this shelf. I didn't need to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and hot glue everything together. First, I want to make sure that this design is positioned correctly, because I've done it before clumsily, that I hot glued things and then they're upside down. But anyway, this is where I am going to be applying my hot glue. Anything that would touch the square wooden sign or frame, I will be applying a generous amount of hot glue, like so. So I'm just going to be connecting the one on the far right first, and then I will press it so that it will adhere. And the good thing about hot glue, it's instant gratification. It will dry fast. Unlike E6000 or wood glue, you have to wait for several hours. So I'm just gonna do the same thing for this other piece and then connect it to the far left, or which will be my front. And then again, applying a generous amount of hot glue. And quickly attaching it to the square frame, because if you wait, it'll dry up and then you will have some bumps. It will not be even, and I wouldn't want to do that, so I had to act quickly here. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is to position it sideways like this. I find it easier to connect the other side or the other square sign this way, because I don't have to worry about uneven sides or the bottom will not adhere well. So let me just show you where you're going to be applying your hot glue. You're just going to put it where, again, like the pieces that I did in the beginning, in connecting this, now that they're together, they're connected already to the first square, I will just apply the glue to the spots or locations that will be adhered or connecting to the square sign. So I'm just going to apply my hot glue generously again, and then making sure that I do not miss any side, and then placing the other square sign and then connecting them together. Just use your fingers to tap and press to make sure that they're aligned and flush or snug, so that your connection is stronger, so it will hold better. Now I'm just gonna try or test this again. This is the piece that I cut from the other rectangular sign that I'm placing on the top, and I'm using this piece to fill in the gap. So I'm just going to be dabbing a generous amount of glue on each end that I will connect to the bottom of each square. Again, when you're doing this, make sure that you always press with your hand so that it will adhere together. Now I'm going to be assembling the top portion. So first, I am going to go ahead and try this for size again. And what I'm doing here is doing an alternate design, like I mentioned earlier, the solid brown with the gingham brown, and then the solid brown, and then the gingham brown. Because this can be reversible. The gingham design will be at the back if I want to turn it and I'm tired of the solid brown, and then all solid brown towards the front. So I am just going to be removing the things that I think are flawed. So nothing is perfect, especially in these types of projects, especially because I'm avoiding painting, trying to take advantage of all these designs that I have here. Now I'm going to be attaching the single or the skinny rectangular sign first towards the back end. Okay, and then I'm just making sure that when I attach them, because if you can notice, there is a kind of a space or an overlap there, unlike the one at the bottom. So I've noticed that I would probably need to push them towards each other. I mean, I'm talking about the square frames, because I want to make sure that it's aligned. So I'm just going to be putting a generous amount of hot glue on each end of this rectangular fall signs, and then as quickly as possible I am just going to adhere it onto each side or each top side of the square frames. And as you can see, I am pushing the two square frames together so that I will not create that gap. It would be harder to do this with E6000 or wood glue, because you would need time to adhere them for them to cure or connect. So that's the reason why a lot of times I do my projects using just hot glue for instant connectivity. But there are also hot glues that are really as strong as E6000. I think there is a Gorilla hot glue. I purchased one pack and it's so expensive. I haven't really used it yet. I'm thinking I may use it one of these days, but if you have that kind of glue, you will have the instant gratification. But the thing is, it's going to be so strong as far as the bond that if you want to dismantle, it may be a bit of a struggle to dismantle, and then you'll break the pieces. So that's why I'm sticking to just plain hot glue. So I did the same thing with the second piece here, and then that's done. Of course, I'm pushing towards the center again with my hand, the sides, okay, the square sides. So for this other piece, I'm just kind of removing any excess paper because I want to make it as clean as possible. Again, trying to remove all of the flaws and keeping it as clean and polished. So I'm just trying to keep it neat by cutting all those excess pieces. I noticed that at the bottom part here, I need to cut that piece as well. So yeah, I think this would work well. Again, removing all the flaws. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and hot glue this portion here. If you notice, I didn't apply hot glue to connect these two pieces together. What I'm gonna do is just connect this piece here first. And if you notice, I didn't also apply hot glue to the side to connect it to the second piece of rectangular sign there that I attached. My concern is just attaching the ends to the top of the square frames, like so. And then I'm gonna go ahead and connect this piece here. I am just applying hot glue to the bottom ends, and then I'm just going to put them together because I figured I only need to attach the bottom part and I don't really need to do anything extra to connect the two. Besides, if I see those glue oozing out sometimes, you know, especially if I'm not painting it, it will bother me if I see those glue oozing out in between the connections, because if I put glue there on a very thin or narrow space. So voila! Actually, this project is done. That's very quick. And you're seeing this mostly in real time. I do have a little bit of fast forwarding, but I just want to show you really the process. So I like that the designs are the same on each side of the square that is in a laundry room theme. So I just want to show you what I'm going to be doing at the bottom here. Now I can show you also, just to test it out the size, this can fit. This is my box of dryer sheets and it just fits at the bottom whether I put it horizontally or vertically on the long side or on the short side. It works. I have enough headroom as well, so even if I use the bulky one. Now of course I want to pretty it up. I can use this plastic tray basket or the slotted basket that they also sell at Dollar Tree. They do sell them in different colors. I like this neutral white, so it will work well here as well. I'm gonna put the second widest or the medium size tray on the top to organize or to hold my clothespins. So these are the standard size clothespins and they sell them at Dollar Tree as well. So they will be on that medium size, and then the smaller clothespins, I will be putting them onto the middle or one of the smaller trays or compartments, like so. And then I have these teeny tiny ones that I also got at Dollar Tree, and actually you can use them to hang really smaller pieces like strings. So I'm gonna be using the back part or compartment. I like that they have their own spots and I don't have to be too concerned about finding the size that I need as far as the clothespins are concerned. Now I want to maximize the space at the bottom. I don't think that that is the way I want it because there's enough space there for other things. So I'm thinking I can use the measuring cup for the liquid laundry detergents, and I'll just keep them there for now. And yeah, or I can use another container if I want to save some space. So here's another iteration. So I'm just going to be using and placing these two measuring cups, and then I'm going to be using this Daiso container here to corral or to hold my dryer sheets. So it fits perfectly. Again, it has enough headroom, so I don't have to worry about placing something bulky or taller. And then I have spots for my measuring cups there on the right side. And you can use this also. I found this at Dollar Tree as well, and that can also hold other things. So I am just testing it out. I have this thin box. It's actually a tea bag container. I just want to see how I can fit in another container there, or if I have another one of that deep container, I can use that as well. This is a versatile organizer. It doesn't have to be just for the laundry room, but I'm just showing you how you can use it for the laundry room, but you can use it somewhere else in your home. I did put a small packet. I placed the small box again there just to show you that it can contain that small packet of detergent there. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this project as much as I have, and leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you're also going to make this one, because it's not just for the laundry room. You can use it anywhere around the house. Have a great day, everyone. I'll talk to you again on my next video. God bless. Take care. Bye-bye.